Hi guys, Ron the movie guy here. So if you think Hollywood movies are all polite romances and happy endings, let me introduce you to a movie called King's Row, a film that's way darker and more shocking than most people expect from the 1940s. This one was released in 1942. King's Row stars Ann Sheridan, Robert Cummings, and yes, future US President Ronald Reagan in what might just be his most memorable acting role ever. The movie takes place in a seemingly quiet, small American town called Kings Row, but beneath that calm surface is a whole lot of scandal, cruelty, and dark secrets. The story follows a group of young people growing up in this town and slowly discovering that the adults they trusted and the institutions around them are deeply, deeply flawed. Robert Cummings plays Paris, a medical student who begins uncovering disturbing truths about the town's respected doctor. Meanwhile, Anne Sheridan plays Randy, a tough and compassionate woman who becomes one of the emotional anchors of the story. But the but the performance that people still talk about decades later, and I understand why, comes, believe it or not, from Ronald Reagan. He plays Drake McHugh, a charming and carefree rich kid whose life takes a devastating turn. In one of the film's most famous scenes, Reagan delivers a line that would become legendary in Hollywood history. The line goes, "Where's the rest of me?" It's a moment that's shocking, tragic, and unforgettable. The movie was based on a controversial novel that shocked readers at the time, dealing with themes like mental illness, abuse of power, and the hypocrisy hiding in respectable society. For a 1942 film, it's surprisingly bold and emotionally exhausting, really. The movie was again one that came out in 42, which shocked a lot of folks. The music in it as well is a very powerful score by Eric Wolfgang Korngold. It's very memorable, and it's the main theme that later inspired the opening music for The Adventures of Superman, believe it or not. Visually, the film has a beautiful, moody Warner Brothers black and white style, full of shadows, dramatic lighting, and emotional intensity. Today, King's Row is often called one of the early inspirations for later small town dramas and even soap operas. But unlike a soap opera, this movie really digs into the psychological damage that secrets and cruelty can cause. So if you want to see a classic Hollywood movie that's way, way darker and more daring than its era suggests, and one of the features that Ronald Reagan in his most famous dramatic roles was in, King's Row is absolutely worth watching, guys. It's haunting, emotional, and surprisingly modern for even for today's